This is Joyce
and Blake,
and welcome to Savagely Scaled, the one and only podcast dedicated to scaling your life, your health, and your wants. I am your host, Joyce, and we have the wonderful queen of the grind, Blake. So in this special episode, we are going to be hitting the pause button just for a sec and looking back at the year of Savagely Scaled. We're calling this one the Year of the Savage.
Ooh.
Right? We'll dive into some of our most impactful interviews, the lessons we learned, and what we're looking forward to in the next year. So let's do it.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But before we jump on in, I do have a few questions about the podcast before we dive into our year in review for you, Blake. So,
okay.
First one, out of all the WODs we've talked about this year, which one do you think best represents the Savagely Scaled philosophy?
I think it would be, out of all the WODs that we've talked about or done, I would say Murph. Murph is also something that it's a workout that I actually like doing.
Really?
Yeah. Because when somebody talked about Chad, I was like, Chad like really messes me up. I'd rather do Murph every other month. And the reason why I think it's so based on like Savagely Scaled is because there's so many options to scale it. Every workout there's an option, but it's like my favorite one because I like to partner it with people.
I do. Yes.
And then like you can figure out like different ways to do pull-ups, the different standards for the push-ups, so like off a box, using a barbell across the rig, going from the floor, and you can always change it out during the workout, right? If I start on the floor and then I start to snake, like doing that, I could do pull-ups, kipping, butterfly, or you could do it with band, all kinds of different options. You can scale the run. You can do it so many different ways. And then I always like doing it with a partner. It's like one of my favorite workouts to partner, other than running with your partner, because I don't like to run with people because I'm a heavy breather. Or I like to listen to music. And then
I do love music while running.
I feel rude if I'm listening to music and I have to run with my partner.
Yeah, that is a little rude.
Yeah, so that's the only part that I don't like, but that's like one of my favorite WODs and one of my favorite WODs to scale.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
It would be fun to have one of those cool little portable chargers and just have it clipped to your sports bar or something, and then you both can enjoy the music.
Yeah, I feel like it's heavy.
It's
so
going to be
like,
clunky.
Dum, dum, dum.
I mean, or your waist. I mean, I guess you're right, though.
Yeah, probably your waist, but then pulling up pants is like something that's like very normal for women.
I mean, that's a good point. But I have seen those cool speakers maybe one day. But yeah, we need to figure that out because the whole running outside
People share earbuds, but at the same time I'm like, but what if like you're not jamming with this person's earbud, or you're like, that was just in your ear and I don't want it in mine.
That's true. That's true. Just everyone get their own earbuds, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
And then, but I know Spotify, which is not sponsored, they have like jam sessions that you can share the same music.
True.
Oh, maybe next time.
I started playing with that. Yeah. That would be fun. Yeah, I love it.
What about you? What is yours?
Hot Shots. I'd say Hot Shots is a good one.
Yeah.
I feel like I always have to scale that every year. And I don't feel bad about it. I'm like, that's a tough one. And it's just a lot. I love it because it's very like, it has all the good CrossFit moves. You know what I mean? Like a clean, a pull up, some run. Like it's nice. But doing it RX is always such a challenge. And I feel like, I don't know. It's like an environment where, and it's like, I love that it's an event. So it makes you feel kind of like, I guess Murph is not necessarily a big event, but it's still kind of like a worldwide event in that sense. But I'm like, the energy of just being around people who are just as pumped and makes the scale feel a little less scaly.
Yeah, it feels like a competition, but it's not a competition. Like the atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
Because you sign up for times. You have like people who've already done it who are cheering you on. People who are waiting, stretching, and getting excited. So I can see that too. Yeah.
I like it. And the tunnel. I love running through that tunnel where everyone's doing like pull-ups in the side.
That's true, yeah.
Right?
It's really cool.
It's like a synchronized swim. Like you feel like you're going through the middle of the circle.
Yeah.
And then on the side, everyone's doing pull-ups. Like that's what it feels like.
That's true. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I like that.
It's pretty cool. Question number 2 and the last one, I swear.
There's only 2.
Yeah, there's only 2 because we got a lot to go through, I suppose. But if you can go back to the start of the year and give yourself one piece of advice, specifically like what you learned about like the guests we've had or just all of the episodes we've done, like what would that be?
It would be to be more organized and on top of it, like how we used to be. And I feel like I was very like that in the beginning of the year, and it dropped off. Now I had like the me, and I have excuses and all kinds of stuff like that, but it's still like I feel like I let our fans and our podcast down in that, because it was just going in some of these months, like it was us going with the flow. Yeah. And it was just more of me being like, I don't like this, but it has to be done. And at the same time, like not pushing as much to be like, no, we need to do it, because there's 2 of us. And if one of us is having a really bad mental breakdown and the other one's like, no, let's keep doing it, we need to like be more about it. And the other one's like, I'm kind of like not swimming. I'm drowning over here. I don't want to be that person either, which you've like calmed me down a lot sometimes. And I'm like, but it's not, we can't do it. And it's like, no, Joyce is right. Like if that's happening. But I feel like if I prepared for the whole year basically to help us, it would have gone better. And I feel like that's what we did our first year. And being more persistent in my emails and just keep emailing people and doing that. So that's what I planned for the following year.
Well, there you go. I mean, I agree with you. I share the same sentiment in the sense of like, this year does feel like so much was going on and happening that getting the podcast together did feel like we just need to survive. And I feel like this whole year felt like that in general. Like we did make advancements. Like, I mean, when we think about like you and the Barbell Club and everything you've accomplished there, like it was a crazy, amazing year for those things. Professionally, I had a lot going on at work. I was working a lot and it was great. But also like, I feel like not necessarily that we were wishy-washy, but I felt like we were selling ourselves short, and that like we felt like the episodes had more potential. I guess the podcast in general had more potential, and we were just honestly just doing our best with what we had at the time. Yeah. And I feel like this year's us recognizing that and wanting more for it is only going to elevate us to get to that. But I think that was a theme, I think, for me for the whole year, that I felt like I was just selling myself short in so many aspects of my life. That I just felt, again, like I was just trying to get through it all and just putting something out there for the sake of putting something out there, so that I, one, wasn't disappointing, whether it was work, other people, but mainly like just me, because at the end of the year I realized like, what have I accomplished in the sense of like my fitness goals? And I know a lot of it was I wanted to kind of like tighten up a lot of my skills, and I felt like, again, I just didn't give myself enough of that time to do that, and I really want to change that this year. So that's one of the biggest things. Like I don't want to continue selling myself short this coming year, and give myself that grace and that time to actually create those moments to make myself proud of myself.
Because it's so easy to just do that. It's so easy to be like, oh, it's not fine, but this is how it has to be, and go into that survival mode. And I was listening to something that like our generation like thrives off of survival mode, and it's not okay to always be in that, because of that was our generation growing up, of always being like, it's fine. Like even in my
especially
early
with 30s, us with our parents, where we had to grow up really fast too. So, and
it's just like we kind of can figure life out in survival mode, but it's not something that we thrive in, or in a sense we do, right? Like we figure it out, we're just gonna do it, and we're just gonna get over it, and we're not gonna sit and not do it. We're just gonna do it, but not to our fullest potential, right? And then like our whole life goes around that, because when we're not in survival mode, we're like, oh, it's fine, we've already done that. And then by the time we were supposed to set ourselves up for success, we're back in survival mode. Yeah. So I feel you on that.
Yeah. I think that's a good goal, I guess, overall as people and as a podcast. But we're just, first and foremost, just grateful to be here and be able to do this overall. And I know that we've been hearing a lot from people saying how much they appreciate it and miss it and love it. So it's only, again, further motivation for us to to want to make this better and just much more successful for you guys. So thanks.
It is. It's nice. And like anything that you guys have to be like, hey, we'd like this, do this, you know, we listen, and it is really nice. It's nice to hear like, oh, my favorite episodes are the affiliate segment. Oh, my favorite episodes turned into being the check-ins, to be like, I'm not alone, that I need to have these monthly goals and things like that. It's really nice to hear. So thank you.
Well, let's dive on in and go into our year in review. But to get started, I did want to kick us off with some inspirational individuals. And, you know, we were lucky enough to interview some very legendary women who are crushing it in life and in the gym. But some of our first interviews with people who were kind of newer to the gym scene, like Janelle, Lindsay, Nicole, and Savannah. I know we had a moment to kind of just talk to them and like get some takeaways from hearing all of their different approaches to like training and their backstories and how they came to CrossFit and this community. And I don't know, I always love those interviews when we get to meet the newbies and people who are just jumping in.
Those, and to see like what drove them to be here, how their journey's going, doing check-ins, like even with them for next year would be an awesome thing to be like, how have you grown? What is your next step? What kind of goals are you looking at? But it's nice to sit down with them and just see like why, because it's been years for me of why I did it. And, you know, you've been in it for a little bit, a long while for now. So it is nice to like get that refresh of. Yeah,
it just reminds me of like how we're all from such different backgrounds and we come from different places, and yet we come to the same place for like this wanting of, well, I guess many of us come first to like the basic lose weight and like look fitter and look fit nicer in those jeans. And I think that's kind of the initial thing you come in, but it was great to kind of get the overall theme of the story was that a lot of people chose to stay because of the community. And again, it just reminds us of what brings us together at the end of the day. So
yeah, I think like that's a huge one, and it's so nice to have that. So I like those ones. Those are some of my top, my favorites, and we haven't had a lot this year, are the affiliate segments.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really demanding and hoping to change that for next year. I know with traveling with both of us and training and things like that and finances, like we do all this on our own dime, and it's hard, but I really, really love the affiliate segments. And I know that we went to
1027 CrossFit,
1027
Las Vegas
with Blaine, and then
CrossFit Las Vegas.
And just seeing that, like those communities again, like going back to that and just like seeing different gyms, and those are completely different gyms, like size, ownership. One was run by one, the other one's run by two who do two different things. Like the size, one has, you know, special trainers for competitions and things like that. The other one is doing great things with the kids CrossFit and their community. It's just nice to see that, and also give like the drop-ins, like community, for if you're in that area, drop in, say hey to Blaine, or even when we went to CrossFit Prescott and Irene and Paul and all these people that we've gone to Anaheim, like even saying hi to them and be like, I heard from Savagely Scouts, and let us know if they're like, who? Because I will definitely be calling or emailing them.
No, I'm just kidding.
But
that's funny.
Those are my favorite segments.
Same. And I do like those a lot too.
I really plan on doing at least a little bit more with them next year. We love going. There might be that option where we have to Zoom because of that. But I love going, seeing the facility, actually working out with people, and doing those mini interviews with those members and athletes, and be like, why did you start? Why is this your home gym?
Right.
Out of all the gyms here, why is this your home gym?
Facts.
You know, and just uplifting that part. Those are the ones that I like really, really enjoy. I love interviewing our members. Like we could, like you guys, if you have an episode that you're like, I want to talk about this, feel free. Let me know, and we can do a sit down, because you guys are just like us, those I don't want to say average, but you know, you're savagely scaled and
you have information skills to contribute. Like we want to be able to showcase that for you and for other people. And yeah, I think that's a good reminder. Like we all have skills and something to bring to the table. So the more we can do, like that's even better for us. But
yeah, and talking with the community and bringing it out there.
I love
like
interviews.
It is. They're so much fun. And you guys like, if you've never done an interview with us, the biggest thing is everybody goes, I'm so scared. And then at the end of it, as we're like disconnecting all of the mics and the headphones, and they're like, wow, that was really fun. I'm like, yeah. And it's like, I know, right?
It's not bad. It feels legit. And it's just, it's a lot of fun to have people and just pick everyone's brain. So please, if you want to be, we're more than willing to have you. Yeah. But I agree. I'm excited to visit more gyms, to get to meet more people, to just network. And, you know, it's really fun because obviously 1027 was a gym that we visited, and you know, you run into these people. Like we went to the competition in Prescott, and Blaine was there as well, and her husband, who was doing food for the event. And it's such a great like opportunity or chance to be able to continue to build on that and just see people that you've met through a podcast and say, hey, how's it, you know, like good luck today. And it's just an amazing feeling. So shout out to Blaine because she got married this year as well, so congratulations.
Congratulations.
But yeah, we got some more affiliates hopefully coming soon, and we'll have some more of those hopefully in the near future. But I have been thinking for us, like maybe we can just like visit your mom or my mom one day and try to hit as many drop-in gyms like while we're there.
I know, do something that similar. Would be fun. I always I think we said this in the first year where I was like, what if we just in the summertime did like a summer vacation,
a road trip?
Yep, and hit up gyms. Cool. Right,
or at least like some 3 days, and just be like, we're dedicating these 3 days to hitting up at least like Utah or like, you know, it's just nearby areas.
Yeah,
I would be so down. And then on top of that, I think something else that I wanted to point out, another interview that I thought was very insightful, was the interview we had with Grace, where she talked about her nutrition and her plant-based wellness and what that was like. Personally, you know me, like I don't know if I can give up meat, but it was very intriguing to just kind of break down like the myths and the realities of what it's like to fuel using a plant-based diet and what that's like. And I'm like, I feel like I need more of that. Like I know we talked about having Coach Amanda on a little bit more, but I feel like nutrition being a big aspect of just overall health and well-being, like I want to hear more about those things. And she's also doing High Rocks, which brought up another few of our episodes where we've started talking about High Rocks as a sport, and now it's part of the gym.
Now it's part of the gym, and sitting down with a couple of people. I think Carol and Mary would be really good, but also Carol and Justin. Justin's actually doing his
High Rocks event, right?
Yeah, but he's doing his PhD, you know, on coaching. Right. His whole
dissertation,
is on coaching in the workplace. So I think he would actually be a fun person to sit down with, pick his brain. Yeah, so I think it would be good to pick his brain, having him, you know, Carol too, because she's
that's right,
actual coach about it. And what their thing is, which I did hear that she asked if you wanted to be do doubles with Wendy.
I was like, I am so honored. I told her I'd think about it.
Yeah, you weren't
just like, it's so soon. It's like a month. And I'm like, and honestly, I don't feel prepared. I was like, and I did go to one class and I loved it. All right, what else did we talk about? Ooh, another episode that I really liked was the Alex and Rochelle, the couple episode.
The couple episode was really good. I would love to get most of the couples in our gym to talk about, because each couple is different.
Yeah, the
and
dynamics
why they started
are different.
And who started first. I do
Maggie and Andrew.
Yeah, I do feel though, like in most of our couples, the lady always started first.
That's a good point.
So like seeing that and how they got their significant other to join, and how their significant other, were they on board, what was happening.
Wasn't
like,
Ryan
like
first before his wife?
I think so.
That might be
that would be a good one too.
Okay.
I really did like all of our interviews. I really enjoyed doing all of our interviews, because when Joyce and I like sit down to talk about the interviews and which ones we want, like we actively do pick people, reasons why and stuff like that, and sit down with them. And it's nice to, I haven't felt like this with any of our members, like having to pull information or they didn't want to be here.
Right.
You know? And yeah, most of them are our friends, or we see them a lot and we love to sit down and talk with them. It's also because like they're free
and available,
and we don't have to subscribe to their channel to talk to them.
I mean, that's a good point.
But it's also insight. Like, I feel like if anybody in Kingman area were like, oh, that couple goes there, and or somebody who's traveling in and being like, oh, that's a friendly gym, we've heard about their podcast, things like that. Like, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's how it felt when we went to Prescott and you weren't there. And Irene was there too, and she's like, how's the podcast? And we're like, oh my God, you remember? Thank you.
They're so nice.
They are very nice. We need more moments like that.
We do.
But yeah, I do love the couple. I loved that couple. Just understanding the partner dynamics and how training can bring people together. And another big one that we had was, which I completely forgot about, but when we were looking at like CrossFit, I guess, Instagram celebrities, we interviewed Evan Slaughter at the start of the year.
Yeah. Oh, that was this year?
That was the start of this year, like January or something.
Oh, wow. Then Meme for Time was this year too, wasn't it?
It was like at the end of last year. So it was like December, and then right January we went to Evan. But we interviewed them before.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was like, oh my God, I forgot we were doing the whole celebrity thing for a while.
Yeah.
And I remember people being so excited. Like someone that comes to mind was Andrew when he used to go to the gym, the other Andrew.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh my God, you interviewed that guy that does the funny videos. He's like, you guys are so legit now.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it is pretty cool.
It was really cool.
It was super cool.
And it was like, oh my God, it answered back and
videos.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I love his videos. Meme for Time too was another one that I was just like, I can't believe they said yes. I can't believe they said yes.
It was really nice that they said yes and they took the time and everything like that. It was,
I'm still fangirling about it. I'm like, oh, I love his videos.
There are times when we're like, oh my God, they answered back and they actually want to do it.
Yeah, they do. I know. And then you left me alone for one of them and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do this by myself.
Because I was sick.
It was crazy. But it was a lot of fun. But we need to grab who would be another person you would want?
There's a lot, but you have to like subscribe to their channel. Fusile. Because I've already like.
What about the one you saw at the weightlifting comp? The squat.
Oh, Meg Squats. Maybe completely. She does subscribe, but I'll message
Since you
her.
already met her, it might be good in.
I'll put the picture and be like, remember me?
Yeah.
Well, I want to go into like, I love that you're doing the episodes. I want to go into like your year, how you feel. I know we went on it to our goals and you kind of were like, I didn't do a lot. Da, 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 da. But like this year, how do you feel like you navigated your ups and downs with training?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think through the power of finding my people, I guess. I feel like my support system was just a big part of that this year. Like I had I feel like my 1 hour of the gym and just spending it with like, honestly, like that's the only people I get to interact with on a day-to-day. That's like my 1 hour of social time. In the 24 hours, I'm pretty much on my own. So to me, even though it might have not, like when I put it on a book on a piece of paper and I can't like identify progress in that sense, like for me, I guess the biggest takeaway and joy was just in my people and my community. And that's what kind of helped me keep going. Hence why I probably didn't make such a big deal about the non-wins. Yeah. Because I just felt like I'm just having a great time and being around the people that I really care about and sweat with every day, that it doesn't even feel like it was a struggle. But I think on the hard days, I tend to just kind of give myself a treat to just having survived a hard. So I guess that self-care aspect of it, like making sure that I'm rewarding myself for the wins when I can, and, working and assessing when I'm not. And then just kind of embracing my own progress and my pace. And I think I had a lot of those questions too when it came to my age and kind of where I'm headed as well, and how that's affecting my workouts and what that's going to look like, and being more patient in the sense of like stretching a little bit more before and after. And so I guess I've been handling my wins and successes in the best way I possibly can without completely killing myself, and being more mindful about what I need in those moments, and less on just getting the workout done, I guess.
Was there like a point this year that you had to change like your expectation or goals for yourself?
Probably at the end, closer to the end of the year.
Yeah.
I felt like, I don't know if it was the holiday season coming around, or if it was just like work was crazy around that time, because it was crazy around that time. I think all of that felt like it was just crashing down in like a matter of a few months, and it felt like very heavy. So I felt just like, okay, Joyce, just make it through and you're going to be fine. So I would say it was probably closer to the end of the year.
So do you feel like you're going to have like a different habit or something for next year?
I want to.
Or do you have a
plan?
specific goal for next year?
Yes. I guess in life and in like gym wise.
You could do both because we're not. We do gym, we do life.
We do it all.
This is our end of the year for our podcast and for ourselves.
Okay, I love it. I think for myself, like I said, I really want to get back into reading, or like before jumping into work saying like, okay, I'm going to do 30 minutes or 10 minutes of like reading my book or doing some kind of like meditation or listening to a podcast while I'm getting ready. And then just something I love to do is just making each like part of my getting ready process or cooling down process as like an experience. So I'll turn my little candle on, I'll do my face wash and like do everything, put some music and make it a thing. And same thing when I'm coming down from the gym and have to shower and all that. Like I try to make it like all right, I'm gonna throw a little scented thing and make it more relaxing. So making it more intentional with the things I do, at the same time just practicing a lot of self-care, because at our age it gets harder and harder to make that time.
Yeah.
And then in the gym, I want to increase weight. I feel like I have slowly been doing that, but my body has slowly been talking to me like, maybe you shouldn't be doing that so much. And that's okay. I realize that when I do a lot of weight, my body doesn't really like it. But I also need to work on my form too. So that's my mobility as well. So I want to get better at that mobility and also finally get down one skill. I'd be happy if I can do toes to bar. Handstands are a thing too. I'm slowly getting to my handstand push-ups because I was able to kick without falling anymore, which was great. So I just want to strengthen that. Those would be my two main skills that I want to get down: my toes to bar and my handstand push-ups. And I'll be a happy camper. More weight. Yeah, see, I have so many goals.
Yes. So, like, what would be one that you rather focus on first?
Skills. So maybe my toaster bar. Yeah, maybe my toaster bar.
And doing more exercises that aren't just a toaster bar to, like, strengthen the kipping or things like that.
Yeah, and then my window closing, what is this? The window closing. I struggle so much with that. And I know that's a big part of it, too. So strengthening that. And yeah,
yes, I did do a class where I taught them like old school words where I was like, we used to close the window.
Yeah.
And to keep your arms straight, and you're doing more of your lat work. Some of the stuff works, some of it doesn't, guys. But
yeah, I need to do that. Or just make some time before or after the gym to just do a little bit of it, even if it's not that much time, just something.
Or like the days that we have toes to bar, like coming in, if you can, early and doing different warm-ups. That will help open, your lats or warm them up a little bit more than what we do.
That's true.
Because sometimes we do a lot, sometimes we don't. If the toes bar isn't the big focus, we don't warm them up as much as
we probably could.
Stuff. Yeah, especially if we're doing something heavy in class. You need to warm up to your weight. And then, so yeah.
It's a good point. Yeah, and then instead of being like, oh, I'm going to do one or two, I'm just like legs in space. So I need to start, adjusting my reps.
I know you're in between.
I am in between
because there's times when I am very vocal and I'm like, if you cannot go unbroken, you have to go down. Like that's if we're taking the workout to a different place than what it's built for, because we get stuck on, but I can do those movements, I can't do as many. Great, I love that. But guess what? That workout doesn't even matter if you do 2. I need you to hold on to 5. That's the whole point of this. And if we can't do this, then we have to do this. And a lot of us go, oh, but I like that movement more. I get it. But we have to listen to what this workout's about.
Fair.
And some people just go gung-ho and be like, but I can lift that weight. I love that you can lift that weight, but I need you to hold on to it. You can't hold on to it. Okay, then. Because guess what? If we can't hold on to it, we're doing singles, and sometimes our singles are not the best. Our body starts to, go different ways. Yeah. So it's hard. It's hard to be like, but I can do that, but I can't do that many.
Yeah. The volume.
How am I going to get that much volume? And one day it will. Like if you do, I feel like once you get over the 3 hump, because singles for pull-ups and singles for toes to bar is, I used to do those back in the day, and it took me even longer to hold on because I was so gung-ho on singles, because singles, it doesn't put you in the body placement, especially for pull-ups. We do a pull-up and then we drop straight down. We don't go back into that kip. And that's the whole reason why we're not getting it. You know, that's the same for toes to bar. A lot of us do a toes to bar and then we swing our legs long ways down and it propels us forward and we jump off the bar. And so it doesn't bring us back into that kip. So I used to do it, but it did take me a long time to then be like, oh, I can't do that. That's the whole reason why I'm not holding on to things. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because a lot of people are like, can I do singles for everything? No, you can't do singles for everything. That was a back in the day rule. Nowadays.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it didn't put you back into alignment.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So that's why we like you to hold on to at least. I like to see if you could do 3. You know, and then we can be like, hey, well, you have to hold on to 3 the entire way. We can't do singles and we can't do 2 and 1.
Yeah, you only say that you're like until you get to round 5 or like a 6 or something.
I do. I start to get puppy dog eyes and then I go, okay, after this round. Or I do say, okay, if your last round, you're completely dying on your last round, then yeah, you can give me that.
Yeah, that was me today.
But you have to, I need you to put in the work because I know you want more things. So if you want more things, then I need you to put in the work.
Facts.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you need to say. Like, you want more things, you're going to get it today.
Yeah. You're going to have
like,
to
thanks
do
for
the
reminding
work.
me, Blake. Yep. You're right. I did say that on the podcast. Now I got to do it.
But you know what? It's not just you. It's a lot of people who give me their wish list. And then I look at the wish list and go, okay, we have to narrow this down to 1 item on your wish list. And then when I take all that stuff away, the puppy dog eyes come out or the excuses come out. And then I'm just like, but I thought we wanted this.
We went through this.
And obviously you do want it, but you don't want it that bad right now.
I'm like, you're just saying it, Blake, because we just did a 15-minute workout and you're so fresh right now. Must be nice. I'm just kidding.
It is. I feel for so many members, you guys. You guys know I do.
You do.
Even though, like, I give you a hard time.
You do.
When you tell me what you want to get, I try to give it to you.
You do.
But you also have to want it. And sometimes the work...
She gives it to you good.
Sometimes the work that I say, okay, well, you have to do this for it. You're like, oh, never mind. I changed my mind. And I'm like... All right.
People are afraid of you, Blake.
Let me know when you actually want to do it. It does take time.
It does. It does. It takes a lot of
time. And if you want it, then we do different exercises. If you really, really want it,
that's true.
I will give you the exercise within the workout.
Just listen. That's the biggest thing. Just listen.
Just listen.
She knows what she's talking about. She's trained for this. Has a degree in CrossFit. And was a nurse.
Yeah.
So what are y'all thinking? I'm just kidding. Dude, for real, you check all the boxes in the LinkedIn, man. The skills, man.
Sometimes. And I'm like,
and a mom. That's like, I think you talk a bunch of hooey.
I do.
Wait, are you going to answer that?
Oh, you want me to answer it? What were the questions again?
I'm like, how are you going to put me in the hot seat and not answer it?
What were the questions again?
Oh, man. It was like a goal that you want to accomplish this year, I guess, gym-wise or life-wise. And I said toaster bar and...
that was like, are you going to create habits for those things?
Yeah,
it was... What was it?
Less sugar. That's for me, too.
Less sugar. This week, every day of my life, I've had to change my expectations of myself and my goals. Gym wise, no, I feel like I stuck pretty sticky to my goals and my expectations of myself.
I like that.
I think this is the first year gym wise I actually did that. So I'm hoping to carry that on next year and
State champ.
Yeah, and not like get kind of like burnt out, because that's what I do sometimes. Like I get so this is amazing because it's new, and then I burn myself out. My goal can change like in a small aspect of I want to lift heavier, so I need to do these things. And I'm going to a different type of competition because it has a different name. It's a nationals, right? So I should be trying
it's a bigger deal, right? Like in next tier, you mean? Like,
to me it is. But at the same time, like I'm still a baby lifter. Like some of those people, if not all of them, can lift so much heavier than me, and I've been doing it for a longer time. But the goal is to go and do something there, right? Because it's an experience that I want. But yeah, I don't feel like I had to switch anything up this year. Life-wise, I had to switch so many things up. I had like the beginning of my year just like with certain family aspects were going on that were just draining me. So I had to switch up how I was being myself. And then I got back into being myself. And then I just had hiccups and different roads, and I had to go with the flow. I think this year was the most go with the flow with things or switching roads that I have ever done. And I do not like to do that. I am not like a go with the flow person. I like when they're like, oh, we're going at 9. We're going to be doing these things. Like when I would have to be like, hey, can't do that. Can't do that. Can't. It was very hard for me. And like I would just sit here for hours and just vent about things. And it's nice that we're not in that anymore, or I'm not in that. But that was like the biggest thing that I had to change, like expectation of a person completely changed, and learned my lesson. Damn. But goal-wise, gym-wise, and family-wise, for my goal was to spend more time with my kids and my husband, and I feel like that goal was checked, and I want to do even more next year because our unit has been completely so much stronger since everything. So, I mean, it was strong to begin with, but,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Skill wise or anything like that, it's just to go heavier on my lifts and to trust myself and actually know that I'm going to do it.
Do you have like a weight goal for comp, like where you're like, this is what I visualized to make that day, or I would like to?
Lifting wise, like I would love my snatch to be 70. I'm going to do a minus goal of 65 because my highest is 63. That's in kilos. For you guys, for weight wise, 63. That is 138.6 in pounds.
For a snatch?
Yeah, for a snatch. My mini goal would be 65 in kilos, and that would be 143. A really big goal, because I like to do like 3 goals when I lift, like one that I can hit, one that I want to hit, and one that's just like completely out of the water, but we're going to go for it. Would be 70, and that's 154. Right. Wow. For my clean and jerk, I would love to hit 90 in kilos, which is 198 pounds.
That is crazy cool.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And right now I'm at 81, which is 178.2.
What? That is crazy.
So I would love to do those things. And
Blake, I am already like in awe. Like I would just be like, I'm done. I successfully lived my weightlifting. Like that's crazy cool. That's I can't imagine. Like no,
it was like
instant back crack for me.
Being in the weightlifting, being Kingman Barbell Club, having Chris as a coach with weightlifting, and when we just talk about weightlifting, it's just my lifts had grown astronomically. Within a year. I will say, like, within my first 3 to 6 months, they were growing. And even after that, they've been growing. I just did like a one-on-one with him last month. And even the pointers that he gave me, I am planning a one-on-one in January and February. Like the pointers that he gave me, and when it was just me and him, helped me so much to know my body and when I'm exactly doing a movement wrong. And when I do it right and how it feels and the differences, like now I can kind of, not 100% in some of them, but majority of it, I want to say like 75 to 80%, I will know like if I'm not doing something right when I pull. I will still try it because that's just still me. I'll still try it. I will hope and pray. And you can't really do that. But he's given me the awareness and he's given me the tools to do these things. And it's money well spent for me. For me and my goal. That might not be everybody's goal, but for me and my goal, it is money well spent and time well spent for that. That's just like going and doing those things. There's a couple things, that I still want to do a competition with you down the road somewhere.
I know.
I still love CrossFit. Like when we get breaks and I get to go to the CrossFit side, I still love it. There was a workout the other day that I was like I coached it and I was like, this workout looks so much fun. I still have those moments. The other girls, I talk to them, they do not. But I do. And I hope down the road, there's still that place where I can be like, can I do, you know, a CrossFit class a week and lift?
You can't sit with us. I'm just saying. You can't lift with us.
So, you know, that's...
How has nobody put that on a sweatshirt?
Yeah.
Right? You can't lift with us. That'd be so good.
Yeah. So I feel though like this 2025 was a very crazy, dizzy year, but I actually hit a huge goal with it. Mm-hmm. You know, and I've learned so much through Amanda too with nutrition this year too, because of hitting a weight goal for a meet and, you know, not starving myself, not having to do a huge water cut, and the importance of the food that I pick and when to eat it and what helps me and things like that. Like, I'm still learning from her as well. So again, well spent.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah.
Wow.
It is.
Crazy year.
It was very nice. It was just life that throws me sideways. So sometimes you can't have both, right? You could have a really good life and a shitty gym year, or a really good gym year and a shitty life. I didn't have a shitty life, but
just clarifying. I know. You got a point. So I told you the other day, you can't have a good hair day and a great lift day. Like, you're asking for too much.
I was. This whole week I've been asking for too much.
Oh, no, you're fine.
What behind the scenes challenges do listeners probably don't realize happen?
Girl, I think you should mention this. The tech. The
tech is crazy. Like, there's sometimes when the computer is like, files are full, you have to delete, and so I have to delete. Or like the mic's not coming in.
Girl, but
or
compared
like the
to when we just started, oh my God, when we just started was a hot mess.
I know.
You guys have no idea how many times we had to re-record the same episode over and over again.
Start this one over, but
yeah, but it wasn't that bad, dude. I remember we were just learning so much.
Yeah,
we knew nothing, and now it definitely feels much easier now that we know kind of like how the things work and how we run like the affiliate episodes. And
yeah,
we did have some more help. We kind of solicited the help of our unpaid intern.
Yep, we did. Emily, and then we had Trisha too.
That's true. Another unpaid intern who graced us with their presence. But it was, I love having them around. Homies and videographers, photographers, all the works. And it's just a good opportunity for all of us to hang out. But tech issues, definitely the hardest part, I would say.
Yeah. It is. One big thing that I really enjoyed this year was our 1 year anniversary and all the people who did things and submitted things and stuff like that. And I want to say like a huge shout out to Element 26 and things like that. So fun. And like a shout out to Savannah who won it. So yeah, I think that was like one of my favorite things that we did. And again, shout out to Element 26 who gave a belt out and knee sleeves.
That's right.
Yeah. It was really, again, like when you reach out to some people, it's like, oh yeah, just hit up this person and that person never gets back. Like Element 26, like every time I emailed them, they were like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. Here's the stuff. Here's this. Here's the receipt. Here's the tracking. Like everything. It's nice to have those people because we're such a small podcast that people are still willing to be like, yeah, we can totally help you out.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? So
it'd be fun to do another one.
Want another little thing compared to the affiliate segments that I
completely forgot about that.
Right?
I did. Huh. I'm like, shout out to all the other sponsors want to sponsor.
Yeah. What's one thing you're carrying into next year and one thing you're leaving behind?
I guess I'm leaving behind my biggest inner critic, which is myself, and just stop being very hard on myself on things, which I think is one of my biggest, I wouldn't say it's like a downfall, but it's definitely something that takes up way too much of my time. And then something I'm taking away with me is just, I don't know, embracing the journey.
Okay.
Embracing the messy, hot wave of journey that we got.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd have to be like very similar, like trying to leave the questioning behind for myself in training.
You mean like doubt? Like just self-doubt?
Or like being very, very critical of myself when I made something and I look back on the video and go, oh, it wasn't that bad. It felt bad, but it wasn't that bad. You know, and I feel like each month this month, and I think it was because of our goal episodes, I built some more confidence in myself. So I want to leave that and take more confidence with me.
Yeah.
And that's in life and gym.
That's
because
fair.
it's very like a lot of insecurities. And when I do anything, like I want to please everybody around me. And if you tell me a correction, I want to do it right away. All these things. And I have to be okay with not doing it. And not that I'm a bad person because I didn't do it. I do that the same with coaching. Like there's times when I'm like, oh, I coached that. And then there's times like, man, I should have been more present. I should have been a better coach. I should have done that. I hope they don't think I think less of them or things like that. Like I need to spend more time. Even if there's 15 people, each person needs to get a good coach out of me. There's times when I think that way too. And I have to have more confidence in that. I'm a good coach. I'm human, but I am a good coach and I do know things and
yeah, get it together, Blake. No, I'm just kidding.
It's just that self-confidence thing is very hard. Like I am very loud and may look like I have a lot of confidence. I really don't. It's actually just
it's my cover
a showmanship. Yeah.
We all have a cover up.
Yeah. So I really want to bring more of that into next year.
I like that.
Right. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Loving it. I mean, if the state champ doesn't say enough of amazingness, I don't know what else will.
What do you hope the listeners take from this year-end episode?
Taking away that every person's journey is different, but that doesn't make it any less special and any less your own. I think in all of the interviews and everything we've done, it kind of how we spoke a little bit at the beginning of the episode of the podcast of how we feel like we let ourselves down or didn't put out our best. And I feel like that happens a lot, but it's also just a reminder of like how life isn't perfect and there's always ups and downs and everyone's going through something in some sort of way. And sometimes things are good and sometimes they're not. And it doesn't make that experience any less special or any less your own. So just, I think I would hope listeners would take that away and this, I guess, and put it in life in the gym and kind of all aspects and just kind of, again, I embrace the journey that they're going through in their own way and be okay with the downs and the ups and just kind of learn from them versus letting them take you down.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. I hope that like the listeners take that we are also humans and just like you guys, like our year goes up and down, things happen, and that's why we're here, not only for ourselves but for you. And like questions that you have about CrossFit, questions about what's going on in your gym, if you're like, hey, like this is how this coach is, this what CrossFit's about, or hey, I go to a great box, come visit. Like no matter what it is, like we'd love to chat about it. We'd love to get insight about it and know that like you're not alone in a lot of these questions. Do, like I pee during double unders. Nobody else does. A lot of women do. Do we have like pelvic floor specialists about that? What can we deep dive into for these? Or I'm really scared to go to my first CrossFit class. Like, what did you guys do? Did you bring a friend? Things like that I hope that you guys have listened to, or in the future for some of these episodes, we can talk about that this is for you because we were in your shoes. We still are in your shoes. We're just in a different area of them.
Oh, we're still savagely scaled.
Right?
You best trust me.
And to know that it's still okay to scale because you're still doing it and you're still a savage doing it.
Right.
That's the whole point of it. Like I wanted to do a podcast with a friend and we wanted to sit down and talk about CrossFit and workouts and life, and to realize that it's okay if you have to scale life today because you can scale the gym too. Because like I was just talking to a member about it. Why do you think you're failing yourself? Because your body's telling you have to stop. You're not. Like you're going to fail yourself if you don't listen to your body. And that's the whole point of scaling. Like don't be down because you can't do something. We can always modify it to you so then one day you can.
Right. True.
Right. If you could have any interview or episode next year, what would you want? And then we'll do closing.
Oh, what would I want or people I would have? Okay,
yeah,
so here's...
You can have an episode and an interview.
Oh, man, I have so many.
Anything.
I would love to have Rebecca Fusilier on just to talk about like her videos and her content and how she kind of like her story and how she got into that. Because I love content creators, and they just bring like so much like life and fun.
Competitors, because she is a competitor too. A competitor.
Yeah, she's gone through some injuries too that are pretty big. So I would love to kind of explore that and what that was like for her. And then of course Danny Spiegel. Oh my God, if I could get Danny Spiegel in here, that'd be amazing. Just because she's an absolute badass.
What's an episode?
In terms of an episode, I would probably love to do. I feel like nutrition is something that I really want to deep dive into, and like just pick Amanda's brain a little bit more on like how do I tackle.
I forget because you weren't there for when we did the 2 nutrition sit downs with Amanda.
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to revamp and do a nutrition 2.0.
Yeah. Kind of talk a little bit about, I guess, not just like the nitty gritty, but kind of like everyday scenarios and interactions of like, oh, I'm in a social setting or I'm in an event or alcohol and the impact of that. I know we haven't really talked about that, but so
I would love to do a live of cooking with her, or how
do a meal prep together.
Yeah, or how she like picked her meals and things like that. That would be, because that's the biggest one that we get is a lot of people are like, but how did you pick that meal or the ideas
or get the inspiration for it? Yeah, that's a good point. I do like the idea of us doing the fishbowl thing. I know we had an idea similar to that. Maybe you can do that with like recipes or something.
Yeah,
that might be a cool thing.
You can.
I'll find it. I'll figure something out.
Because I was like, my meal prep is very like
boring.
No.
I was going to say your food is much more fun than my food.
Yeah, but I don't like to test as much out.
Oh, yeah. I usually do the same things.
I eat for a whole week but
I don't even measure anymore, so that's different.
See, I measure every single time.
See, that's why I'm like, I feel like with you it might make more sense. But that would be a good one. I want to talk to Carol about
with
PT.
You, it makes more sense too, because you have goals about things.
I'll make it like Mexican, Latin inspired. How about that?
And then she's like, I'm not measuring. And I'm like, you got
I don't measure.
So your protein's at 98 and your carbs are at 300.
Yeah,
and
that sounds right.
We need to have...
And my sugar's off the roof. It's not even a number. Anyways, that would be a good one. And I really want to sit down with Carol also on like addressing. I mean, if I could sit with her on every most commonly seen injury, like shoulder, and then one for like lower back and like all of that, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I really want Carol and Andrea, and that's just a downfall on my end.
Or like dry needling, like does it help?
That
not
too, like and sitting down with our physical therapist and just seeing, Kate, what does this do? Can it help? Will it help? What have you seen in older, younger, like this and that? And what are these options? Is, you know, is there hope if somebody comes in like this? Of course, I would love to interview any games person. Dave, of course, does the gym.
Coach Dave.
But yeah,
the whole Partridge family, honestly.
Danny Spiegel would be good. Daniel Brandon, Jason Hopper, what's his name? Maderos.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
With Ellie Turner. Let's do the closing on this.
Let's do it.
We hope that you really enjoyed this. As we close out this year, we just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who listened, shared an episode, sent a message, stopped us at the gym, or supported Savagely Scaled in any way, you guys. Like, it's just above and beyond. Thank you. This year reminded us that progress isn't always loud, PRs aren't everything, and community is what really keeps us coming back. It truly is when you look at it. Even CrossFit is seeing that. If this episode was your warm-up, your cool-down, your swig of pre-workout, your long drive listen, we appreciate you so much.
I love that.
Thank you so much for keep showing up, keep trusting the process, and keep being part of this community that makes this sport what it is and making this podcast what it is. We really, really enjoy hearing the feedback and seeing you guys and you guys giving us the high fives and whatnot. But on that note, if you have a PR you want to shout out, if you have an episode that you want to be a part of or want us to deep dive into or go to the best affiliate in the world besides Kingman CrossFit, please reach out to us on Instagram at Savagely Scaled. You can also email us savagelyscaled savagelyscaled1 at gmail.com, and we'd love to correlate everything or work together. But please don't be a Sharon. Please.
What?
But please don't be a Sharon. Please don't be a Karen.
Be a Sharon.
And keep sharing.
That's right.
And until
Let's talk about women. We meet
at the whiteboard again. Bye.
It's like whoosh, slide.